everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB, and today is the 12th of February 2024, and the price of Bitcoin in particular is definitely heading towards the moon, isn't it? And the price has definitely gained a lot of momentum, especially in the last 3 to 4 days. Now, unfortunately, guys, the price of Monero has gone down, so we'll definitely go and discuss what is going on in the world of XRP and privacy. And looks like Binance, they have gone ahead and decided to delist Monero and quite a lot of other cryptocurrencies, so we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. But look, guys, so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, it is definitely heading towards the moon. But one of the YouTubers called as the moon, he has actually stated that the price would actually go ahead and retract. Now, there are a lot of people who do actually go ahead and follow him, but I always say, guys, when it comes to price predictions, make sure you do your own research, because all price predictions are 100% right, 50% of the time. Now, in today's episode, guys, we're going to kickstart by discussing a massive case going on against Digital Currency Group, and the New York Attorney General Letitia James has expounded a fraud lawsuit against Digital Currency Group, and she's actually stating that they are responsible for $3 billion worth in investor losses. Now listen, guys, you need to remember that Letitia James is the one who is also aggressively behind President Donald Trump as well, so we'll definitely go and discuss what her intentions are. Now, whether you like it or not, guys, I've always said this, left-leaning ideologies, left-leaning administration, they're definitely not a fan of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, open source, and even freedom of speech. And Letitia James is definitely someone who represents left-leaning administration, so we'll very briefly touch base on that. And then, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss what is going on in the world of Binance, because they are delisting Monero, Aragon, Multichain, and Vi as well. Definitely unfortunate news, and because of that, to be honest, guys, the price of Monero XRM, it is down by well over 20% if you look at it in the last 7 days. Now, guys, listen, in February, there's going to be a lot of coins which are going to be unlocked in the month of February, and I'll go ahead and discuss how supply of Aptos, Sandbox, Avalanche, and Apecoin, and even Optimism are going to be impacting their relevant tokens. And guys, it goes back to the basic of economics, isn't it? More supply is equal to less demand, which would mean that the price of these tokens will actually go down. So in today's episode, I'll give out the exact date when the supply of these tokens will go ahead and increase. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first news, guys, has to do with an investment of $250 million. So the news essentially is that institutional crypto presence is expanding in UAE with 250 million digital asset platform, and the 2 companies that are involved is Bridge Tower Capital and UX Capital. So look, guys, if you're trying to go ahead and build something on digital asset platform, these are the companies that you may want to look at in order to get, let's say, some investment advice, or maybe try to go ahead and build any of your protocols. So I'll definitely go and discuss what this news is all about. And the second news, guys, has to do with artificial intelligence, and I did cover this news roughly around 3 to 4 months ago, but this is more of an update to that. And the news is that DEWA, that is Dubai Electricity and Water Authority's adoption of generative AI accelerates digital transformation. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. Now look, guys, I personally use ChatGPT quite a lot, and to be honest, I definitely do think that artificial intelligence, particularly ChatGPT, definitely helps make our life so much easier, isn't it? And most of the information for my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I do go ahead and use ChatGPT as well. As a matter of fact, guys, what I'm going to be doing is, before we look at the price of the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, I'm going to be reading out some information from ChatGPT, and I asked ChatGPT to write some bits and pieces of information regarding privacy coins, some of the benefits, some of the negatives of it, and what does the government think of privacy coins. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that as well. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. So let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE, and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. They'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now guys, it's really important to know that I'm reading out these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, and it might technically still be the 11th of February in Canada and in US and most of the Western countries. Then that's one of the reasons why these numbers might appear to be less, and this is something you need to factor into consideration whenever you're listening to the episode that will release on Mondays. Now as of today guys, 12th of February, the global cryptocurrency market is at $1.80 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.08%. And guys, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume in the last 24 hours, it is $41.19 billion. And this number, guys, on a Sunday is definitely pretty good, to be honest. But since the last 24 hours, it is down by 8.74%. And if you look at the total volume in DeFi, guys, it is below the $5 billion mark. But considering the fact that I'm looking at these numbers on a Monday and early hours in Dubai, and technically on Sundays, these numbers are not that bad, to be honest. It is at $4.73 billion. And DeFi, guys, as of today is accounting for 10.23% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And guys, since the last week or so, I've realized is that the total value locked has bumped up to the roof. As of today, it is at $66.92 billion. Now, could it be possible because a lot of new tokens are going to be unlocked? A lot of people have got and staked a lot of the tokens. Most likely that could be a possibility, isn't it? And I'll definitely go and give out the exact date when there are new tokens that are going to be added into the supply. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is at $66.92 billion. And this number, guys, might just be the highest probably since Jan of 2022, I think. Now, so far as the dominance of total value locked is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $24.29 billion. And guys, decentralized to centralized exchange is at 11.48%. And this number might appear to be less. But to be honest, guys, considering the fact that this number is on a Sunday in most of the Western countries and early hours in Dubai, this number isn't too bad, to be honest. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges. Uniswap is at number 1, and its volume is $729.9 million. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 2, and its 24-hour volume is $380.83 million. Orca is at number 3, and its volume is $222.17 million. Radium, guys, is at number 4, and its volume is $191.25 million. And finally, Thorchain at $109.32 million. Now let's quickly run through the volume of stable coins, guys, cause it is at $41.17 billion, and it is accounting for 89.12% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $41.17 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $31.89 billion, Circle USDC at $4.16 billion, and finally True USD at $74.33 million. Now look, guys, one of the biggest metric that you need to be looking at is the market cap of Bitcoin, and right now it is at $944 billion. In the last episode that I released, guys, on Crypto and Coffee at 8, I believe Bitcoin's market cap back then was $869 billion. So since the last 4 days, guys, Bitcoin's market cap has gone up by well over $70 billion. And the price, guys, of Bitcoin on the 8th of February was $44,349. So definitely a massive improvement so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised in the next few days if the market cap of Bitcoin crosses the $1 trillion mark once again. Now listen, guys, it's really important to note that somewhere around the third quarter of 2023, the market cap of Bitcoin was on the verge of crossing the $1 trillion mark. The market cap of Bitcoin did reach somewhere around the $969 billion mark, but unfortunately, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies did actually go and dump, and the market cap of Bitcoin misery fell down as well. So as long as you're aware about that, you can go ahead and make your own decision. Now, if you look at the market cap of Ethereum, guys, on the 8th of February, it was $291 billion. But as of today, 12th of February, it is at $301 billion. So clearly in the last 4 days, guys, maximum movement has been seen in Bitcoin world, isn't it? And if you look at the dominance as well, right now Bitcoin's dominance is 52.28%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has actually gone down to 16.70%. Now look, guys, there is Bitcoin halving coming up pretty soon as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin's market cap alone crosses the $2 trillion mark probably towards the end of this year, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, as of today it is at $20.12 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is at $7.45 billion. Now look, guys, the next metric that I'm going to be reading out is that of privacy coins, and later on I'm going to go ahead and discuss what is privacy coins, some of the features, some of the negative aspects of it as well. Now look, guys, I really am not liking these numbers, because when you talk about decentralization, when you talk about users having control over your own money, ideally these numbers should be dominating the cryptocurrency world. To be honest, guys, this number should have been 10 times, maybe even 100 times of what it is right now. But unfortunately, guys, I hate saying this, when you talk about privacy coins and privacy preserving protocols, looks like it is just tools used by investors, co-founders, to get a lot of funding from investors. These are my honest thoughts, to be honest, because if you look at Monero, its market cap is the strongest right now and at number 1, and its market cap is only $226 billion. And look, guys, earlier in January of 2023, the market cap of Monero was around the same figure, and the price of Bitcoin back then was around the $18,000 to $20,000 mark. So in a year's time, the market cap of Bitcoin is almost double. But if you look at Monero, XRP, or other privacy coins, it is pretty much the same. That is definitely not good, isn't it? Now, the second one, so far as privacy coins is concerned in terms of market cap, is Mars Network, and its market cap is $344 million. The third one, guys, is Zcash. Its market cap is $305 million. Fourth one, guys, is Decred, and its market cap is $257 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th is Harmony, and its market cap is $212 million. Now, in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, guys, I do have an interview with the Chief Technology Officer of Decred, and we did have a really in-depth discussion. And me personally, guys, I do think he's an extremely knowledgeable person, so please feel free to go ahead and check it out. Now, guys, let me go ahead and give out some basic level information on privacy coins. And mind you, guys, I'm giving out information only via ChatGPT. Now, if you do need some more information regarding privacy coins, please feel free to go ahead and drop me an email, and I'm more than happy to do a consultation for you. Now, so far as privacy coins is concerned, it's really important to know that they are a subset of cryptocurrencies that prioritizes user anonymity and transaction privacy. And unlike Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies, which operate on transparent blockchains, where transactions can be traced by absolutely anyone, PrivacyCoin utilizes various techniques to hide transaction details, senders' identities, and even receivers' address as well. So some of the key aspects of privacy coins are anonymity, guys, and privacy coins aim to provide users with a high level of anonymity by concealing transaction details, and this anonymity protects users' financial privacy and prevents third parties from monitoring the transactions. And so far as privacy features is concerned, privacy coins implement different privacy-enhancing technologies to achieve anonymity. Monero, for instance, uses ring signature, and it is a common technique, to be honest, where a transaction is signed by a group of users, making it impossible to determine who initiated the transactions, and some of the other ones include stealth addresses, and what that does is it generates a unique address for each transaction. And we also have zero-knowledge proof, which was popularized by Zcash, that actually allows for verification of transactions without revealing any information about the sender, receiver, or even transaction amount. And guys, one of the biggest features of privacy coin is fungibility, because fungibility, guys, refers to the interchangeability of individual units of a currency, and privacy coins aim to enhance fungibility by ensuring that all units of the cryptocurrency are equal and indistinguishable, which is exactly the opposite of NFTs, isn't it? Because NFTs, guys, are non-fungible token. That means every NFT is completely different and it can't be replicated. But so far as privacy is concerned, it means that one unit of privacy coin is the same as any other, regardless of its transaction history. And guys, privacy coins are used for various purposes, including peer-to-peer transactions, online purchases, and remittances, and they are particularly popular among individuals who value financial privacies, such as, let's say, activists, journalists, and businesses concerned about corporate espionage. Now, to be honest, guys, when you talk about privacy coins, the exactly opposite of central bank digital currency, isn't it? And that's one of the reasons why there are so many regulatory challenges in the world of privacy coins. And later on, guys, we'll also go ahead and discuss why Binance has gone ahead and decided to delist Monero, because the privacy features of privacy coins have raised concerns among regulators and law enforcement agencies. Now, while privacy is essential for protecting individual rights, guys, it's important to note that it can be exploited for illicit activities such as money laundering, terrorist financing, and tax evasion, and as a result, some governments have taken measures to regulate or even ban privacy coins altogether. And some privacy coins, guys, like Monero, Zcash, and Verge, are definitely banned in some countries as well. Now, it's really important to note that each of these coins employ different privacy-enhancing technologies. Some has its own unique features and community. Now, privacy coins, guys, continue to evolve with developers constantly working on new techniques to improve anonymity and privacy while addressing regulatory concerns. However, guys, the debate over the balance between privacy and regulation is likely to persist as privacy coins gains wider adoption in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Now look, guys, one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency space, that is David Shom, he's actually working with central banks to see if signature mixing can be used in the world of central bank digital currency. Now if that thing happens, guys, I really am not sure what the future of cryptocurrency is, isn't it? Now so far as government involvement is concerned, guys, in the world of cryptocurrency, particularly privacy coins, they're definitely not massive advocates of privacy coins. And governments around the world have been long wary of rise of privacy coins, viewing them as a threat to the ability to regulate and monitor financial transactions, and the very essence of privacy coins, which compromise anonymity and confidentiality in transactions, directly clashes with transparency and oversight that governments seek to maintain in financial system. And as a result, guys, many policymakers and regulatory bodies have expressed concerns about the proliferation of privacy coins and the potential impact on national security, law enforcement, and financial stability. And one of the primary reasons governments may not like privacy coins is the potential for facilitating illicit activities, and the anonymity provided by privacy coins makes it difficult for law enforcement agencies to track and trace criminal transactions, including money laundering, terrorist financing, and the sale of illegal goods and services on the dark web. And this lack of transparency, guys, poses a significant challenge to government's effort to combat financial crime and protect the citizens from harm. Now listen, guys, it's really important to know that while this is such a dangerous thing, there are certain protocols and projects being worked upon. What they're working on is where you will be able to go ahead and showcase your identity to prove that you're completely innocent. So let's say if you're using a privacy coin, and if the government feels that you're doing terrorist financing using privacy coins, there is an ability to go ahead and show your identity and show that these transactions are not used for illicit financing. Those options are still being worked upon. But so far as government approach towards privacy coins is concerned, it's really important to understand that privacy coins undermine traditional methods of financial surveillance and control, which governments rely on to enforce tax compliance, prevent fraud, and ensure the integrity of financial markets. And by allowing individuals and businesses to transact anonymously, privacy coins enable users to bypass regulatory requirements and even evade taxes, thereby creating loopholes that undermine the effectiveness of existing regulations and enforcement mechanisms. Moreover, guys, privacy coins pose a threat to stability of the global financial system by eroding trust in the traditional financial institutions and payment networks. And guys, as more individuals and businesses turn to privacy coins for their financial transactions, traditional banks and payment processors may lose the monopoly over the flow of money, leading to a fragmentation of the financial system and increased uncertainty in the global market, isn't it? And in response to these concerns, governments have taken various measures to regulate or even ban privacy coins altogether, and some countries have introduced legislations requiring cryptocurrency exchanges and service providers to implement strict KYC and anti-money laundering procedures to prevent the use of privacy coins for illicit purposes, and others have even outright banned privacy coins or imposed restrictions on the use and trading, citing the need to protect national security and maintain financial stability. Now, Dubai, guys, is one such city, and I very specifically remember in 2016, you could actually go out and buy Monero XRM from BitOasis, but all of a sudden we got an email stating that privacy coins such as Monero has been completely delisted, and I asked the team why they have got and decided to do that, and they did actually give an indication that it was due to regulatory pressures and challenges, and that is unfortunately one of the dangers of privacy coins. But it's important to note, guys, that despite these efforts, the decentralized and borderless nature of cryptocurrencies make it extremely challenging for governments to effectively control the use of privacy coins, and as such, the debate over the regulation of privacy coins is likely to continue, with policymakers grappling with the tension between privacy rights and the need for regulatory oversight in the digital age. So essentially, guys, in summary, privacy coins offer users unprecedented level of anonymity and financial freedom, but at the same time, they also pose significant challenges for governments seeking to maintain control over the financial system. And I feel, guys, as the popularity of privacy continues to grow, governments are likely to intensify the efforts to regulate and restrict the use, raising important questions about the future of privacy, security, and financial sovereignty in the digital era. Now, look, guys, this is unfortunately one of the drawbacks of privacy coins, isn't it? Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, is definitely heading towards the moon. And at this point of time, it is at $48,117. And since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 1.75%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 12.19%. Ethereum, guys, is at $2,509. It has not moved much since the last 24 hours, but it is still up by 0.68%. Since the last 7 days, guys, it is up by 9.09%. Binance BNB coin looks like it has crossed the $300 mark, and as of now, it is at $321. But since the last 24 hours, it is still down by 0.23%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 5.10%. And the reason, guys, why it is down since the last 24 hours is probably because it has delisted quite a lot of cryptocurrencies in it, which will definitely touch base on that. But before that, guys, let's discuss a massive news circulating in the left-leaning state of New York. And the New York Attorney General Letitia James has expounded a fraud lawsuit against Digital Currency Group and Gemini, alleging that they are responsible for $3 billion in investor losses. Now, the initial lawsuit, guys, claimed that DCG cheated people out of $1 billion, but that has changed as more investors have come forward with the losses related to the defunct Gemini-owned program. And Letitia James, guys, asserts that the company misled investors by falsely assuring them that the money was safe, and she also stated that the company is responsible for $3 billion in investor losses tied to the Gemini-owned product and to direct investments with Genesis, according to a new court filing. Now look, guys, the Withdrawals brothers on the 7th of January 2022 did put out a very aggressive letter to Barry Silbert, who was the founder and CEO of Digital Currency Group and also of Grayscale Investment. And if you look at Barry Silbert's work history, guys, he has a really strong experience in the bankruptcy field, so definitely not looking good for Barry Silbert. Now, so far as the news regarding this lawsuit is concerned, as many as 230,000 individuals suffered losses totaling up to $3 billion as revealed by Attorney General's investigation. Now look, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is, if you want to learn the entire drama, start looking at the letter which is published by a tweet by Withdrawals brothers. I believe it was on the 7th or the first week of January 2023, and in that letter he clearly expressed dissatisfaction in Barry Silbert's approach because, if I'm not mistaken, guys, he did actually lend money to Barry Silbert and Digital Currency Group, and because of that, Gemini Exchange, which is by Withdrawals brothers, their own program was kind of locked, and they were not in a position to give the earnings to the customers, and looks like that is what this case is all about. Now, so far as this news is concerned, a spokesperson from Digital Currency Group responded to the allegations, stating in an email that there is nothing new in the accusation, and they characterized the complaint from the Attorney General as baseless and aimed at garnering additional press attention. And the spokesperson, guys, asserted that Digital Currency Group will vigorously contest the claims and anticipates prevailing, and they emphasized that Digital Currency Group has consistently operated within the bounds of the law with integrity, and both Digital Currency Group and Barry Silbert will be completely vindicated. Now look, guys, it's really important to know that Letitia James has a notorious history, particularly putting up fake cases against President Donald Trump. Now regarding this case, guys, to be honest, I do think that she might be right, so I really am not sure what the future is. So I'll definitely go ahead and update this news as and when it happens, because look, guys, if you look at Barry Silbert's work history, he definitely has a very strong experience in bankruptcy field, and Barry Silbert is the guy who's also behind Grayscale Investment as well, so it's going to be really interesting to see what the outcome of this is. Now, me personally, guys, this is what I think. Letitia James in this case could be right, but clearly in the case of fraudulent acquisition against President Donald Trump, all of the investigation was a complete scam, was a complete failure. Later on, we found out that she was having an affair with another guy, and that guy was married, and they actually had financial transactions between them so that she could get the decision in her favor. So her case regarding President Donald Trump has definitely been thrown out of the window. Is there something similar going on in this case? I wouldn't be surprised if there is a very high possibility. But listen, guys, I've been following this case since a very long time, ever since Gabriel Winklevoss, one of the twins, did actually put out an open letter, and he was actually calling Barry Silbert a fraud back then as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how this thing turns out. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding Monero. And the news is that Binance is delisting Monero, and on February 20th, 2024, Binance has announced the delisting of several tokens including Monero, that is XRM, Aragon, Multichain and Vi. And the news of this delisting, guys, caused Monero's value to drop to its lowest point in 5 months. And I'm looking at it right now, guys, it is actually down by well over 20% since the last 7 days. Now, unfortunately, guys, Binance will cease all trading pairs involving Monero, which includes pairs with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, and Binance's native coin BNB as well. And guys, withdrawals for XRM tokens will no longer be supported after 20th of May 2024. So definitely unfortunate news. And Binance has clearly stated that its decision to delist its tokens is based on various factors, including the contribution to health of the crypto ecosystem, ethical conduct and responsiveness to due diligence requests. Unfortunately, guys, when you talk about privacy coins, the governments can definitely put severe restrictions on centralized exchanges, and they can even force centralized exchanges to completely ban privacy coins, isn't it? And unfortunately, it looks like that is what has happened. Now, guys, let's discuss some news in the world of Aptos, Sandbox, Avalanche, Apecoin and Optimism as well. And all of these tokens, guys, their supply are going to be increased. So let me just quickly read out the date when the supply is going to go ahead and increase, so you get an idea on what the decision is. Now, so far as Aptos is concerned, guys, 11th of February, that is yesterday, 7.3% more tokens will be increased in the supply chain, and if you look at it in terms of dollar amount, that is roughly around $224.82 million worth of Aptos will be available in the market. And so far Sandbox or the Sand is concerned, on Valentine's Day, that is 14th of February, 9.19% more tokens will be added into the market, which at this point of time, if you look at the price, will be roughly around $96 million. Apecoin, guys, on the 16th of February, 2.6% more tokens will be added into the market, and if you look at it in terms of dollar amount, we're looking at roughly around $21.84 million. Avalanche, guys, or AVAX, on the 21st of February, 2.6% are going to be added again, which is roughly around $365.5 million. And finally, guys, towards the end of this month, that is 28th of February, Optimism will have new tokens roughly around 2.52%, and that is equivalent to roughly around $82.87 million. So listen, guys, in the month of February, crypto tokens worth hundreds of millions of dollars are set to flood onto this market for the very first time. Now, what is going to happen so far as the price is concerned? It's basic of economics, isn't it? More supply equals to less demand, which would eventually mean that the prices of these tokens are definitely going to slow down. So if you're a trader, guys, you definitely need to be on top of these news. So those were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, has to do with the 250 million digital asset platform news. And the news essentially is that Bridge Tower Capital and Durex Capital launched Bridge Tower Middle East, a digital asset platform in the UAE. And the venture, guys, aims to provide institutional grade services in the cryptocurrency industry. And services include crypto staking, GPU-driven AI over blockchains, and a customizable Web3 platform. And the UAE, guys, as we know, offers stable law and a robust market, isn't it? And they have definitely drawn crypto exchanges and firms from all around the world to this specific region. And Bridge Tower Middle East, guys, is going to be based in Abu Dhabi Global Markets District, and it will offer institutional crypto staking with delegated assets and AI services. And venture capital will be invested to grow the digital asset industry in the UAE and GCC region. And the company's board is also considering a listing on the Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange. And the UAE government, guys, has welcomed digital asset firms with clear regulations in Dubai and ADGM, that is Abu Dhabi Global Market. And Dubai, guys, as we know, established a blockchain strategy in 2016, and also has VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, which got officially launched just a few years ago in 2022. And guys, Abu Dhabi Global Markets Financial Service Regulatory Authority did actually launch its framework in 2018, and stable regulation and a robust market has attracted the digital asset industry to the Middle East, isn't it? And these companies are definitely some of them in compliance for ammonia. And guys, at this point of time, Abu Dhabi hosts 4% of Bitcoin mining computation power as of last year, and a recent survey also highlights crypto ownership at 77%, and usage awareness in the Middle East is definitely much higher than other region. Now, Saudi Arabia also saw significant growth in crypto transaction volume in 2023, ranking highest among surveyed countries. Now, so far as the Middle East is concerned, guys, Middle East was the sixth largest crypto economy in the surveyed period, and it was valued at $390 million. So this move by Bridge Tower Capital and UX Capital and the digital asset platform worth $250 million will definitely be a massive deal. So if you're a startup, if you're someone who's looking for investment or trying to build something in Web3 space, you definitely need to check this out. And guys, Bridge Tower will also invest venture capital to grow the digital asset industry in the United Arab Emirates and regions in the Gulf Cooperation Council, including Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Now, so far as DUX Capital is concerned, guys, DUX is an investment company focused on private equity, venture capital, and venture-built opportunities in fintech and digital assets. And so far as Bridge Tower Capital is concerned, they are a provider of digital asset infrastructure and private equity investment services. And the CEO of Bridgewater Capital has actually said, on the public side, we have worked closely with regulators to ensure we are properly structured, which has provided a natural transition into the private market and has opened many doors already. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the future of this partnership is. Now, guys, let's discuss some news from the world of artificial intelligence. And to be honest, guys, this is more of an update because I remember managing director and CEO of Deva emphasizes the alignment with the UAE strategy for artificial intelligence 2031. And Deva, that is Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, as we know, is a pioneer in integrating artificial intelligence and disruptive technologies into its operations since 2017. And the organization, guys, aims to become the world's first digital utility with autonomous system for renewable energy. And Deva has already achieved second place in the 2023 Dubai Government Customer Index with a score of 90.1%. And artificial intelligence, guys, is employed to reduce visits to customer happiness centers and shape a new digital future for Dubai through Digital Deva. And the smart adoption rate of Deva services reached 99.62% in 2023. And Deva, guys, has completed over 90 digital integration projects with various governments and private organizations, and innovation solutions include smart assistants, cyber defense, robotic process automation, and AI-powered application. And Microsoft's 365 Copilot and Microsoft Security Copilot are provided to Deva employees, enhancing productivity and cooperation. And Microsoft's Copilot's feature, guys, are customizable and aligned with privacy and security standards. So definitely positive news. And guys, so far as ChatGPT is concerned, ChatGPT is integrated into Deva services through Ramas, enhancing customer experience and query response as well. And Ramas, guys, has answered over 138,600 queries in April 2023, achieving a 95% customer happiness rating. And high water usage alert service proactively notifies customers of potential leaks, enhancing water conservation efforts. And Ramas services, guys, are available around the clock in Arabic and English through various channels. And Deva, guys, is the first government organization to launch Ramas in both Arabic and English. Ramas, guys, is spelled as R for Roger, A for Apple, M for Mother, M for Mother again, A for Apple, and S for Sugar. So definitely feel free to go and check it out. You can probably go to Deva's website and have a look at what Ramas is and what are the features they have implemented using ChatGPT. And Luca's continuous innovation and adoption of AI has contributed to Deva's leadership in digital transformation and stakeholder satisfaction. So definitely positive news. So those were the news, guys, from cryptocurrency and blockchain world. And in case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Sasha who asks, how are privacy-related coins and projects treated in Dubai? Now, so far as privacy coins is concerned, Sasha, there's definitely an outright ban, particularly in the world of Monero or any privacy-preserving protocols. To be honest, so far as privacy coins is concerned, as a matter of fact, there is a document which was officially published by Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, and they clearly mention that you cannot do transactions so far as privacy cause is concerned, and if I'm not mistaken, you cannot even have meetups so far as privacy cause is concerned. But regarding meetups, I really am not sure. But what I'd recommend you to do is, and even our listeners to do, is go to Dubai's Wara's website, and in that website there is a specific document. I'm not sure what the actual document is, but there is a section that does actually state what are the things that you cannot do so far as privacy cause is concerned. And the moment I saw this news, I did actually send it over to one of my friends, because literally 3 months before that, he did have a meetup talking about Monero, and he was completely baffled and shocked, considering the fact that when you talk about Dubai, it is quite well known in the world of cryptocurrency adoption. But look, when you talk about privacy, the government has to do what they think is right. Because when you look at it from a bird's eye view and when you look at it from a macro level, there are so many notorious activities going on, not just in Dubai, but probably in the entire world as well. And there were some really strong rumors that because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, a lot of the Russian billionaires did actually move to Dubai. And now I'm not saying that that is one of the reasons why the privacy cons have been stopped, because if I'm not mistaken, the announcement by Varo regarding delisting privacy coins was definitely before the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And one thing, Sasha, which I did actually mention earlier in the episode as well, in 2016, you could actually go out and buy XRM or Monero from cryptocurrency exchanges, but that thing was completely stopped just few hours later. I believe it was in 2018, where BitOasis completely stopped transacting with Monero, and I did actually send them an email and I did ask them what is going on, and they did actually reply that due to regulatory concerns, they have completely stopped transacting with Monero. And at that point of time, there also used to be a website called as localbitcoins.com. So at that point of time, when I used to do consultation, I used to always tell people if they want to go out and buy Bitcoin, you could go to localbitcoins.com. But during that 2019 era, even local Bitcoins, you could not access that. And unfortunately, after 2020, local Bitcoins all over the world has also decided to shut down. But regarding your question regarding privacy coins, Dubai is definitely not a fan of privacy coins, and I definitely not urge anyone to deal with that. But so far as privacy protocols is concerned, I'm pretty much sure Dubai government definitely likes privacy preserving protocols such as zero knowledge proof, such as any protocols that does have individuals the right to privacy. For that, Dubai is definitely taking initiative. Now, I'm not talking these things so far as cryptocurrency is concerned. I'm talking about general privacy. Dubai government is definitely very proactive so far as making sure that individuals have the right to privacy. So far as privacy protocols are concerned, Dubai is definitely the right place to go and build privacy preserving protocols, not necessarily cryptocurrency related, but general things related. And you also need to factor things into consideration, when you have things like AML or KYC, and if the US government aggressively is threatening other countries to go and, let's say, force sanctions or any other restrictions, I'm pretty much sure any country will try to oblige with those regulations, particularly when it comes to privacy concepts in it. So that is a snapshot of what is going on in the world of Dubai. But so far as projects preserving privacy, Dubai is definitely the place to be. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything season blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.